blood, if that actually worked. I wasn't entirely convinced, because that would require me to take the word of the Preppers group leader, Calvin. I trusted him even less than I trusted Ewing. Only Ewing's devotion to my sister had kept him from turning us over to Calvin when we fled the agency's base a few days ago. We weren't sure what exactly the Preppers had planned to do with us when they caught us, nor did we know if they were still tracking us, but we weren't waiting around to find out. I would ride out everything Lucifer threw at us with a smile on my face before I allowed myself to be dragged away in chains, or worse. You know he's doing this, right? I faced the group and jabbed a thumb over my shoulder to indicate the wind swirling between the thick concrete pillars behind me. Who? My partner and best friend, Jake Walker, questioned. Lucifer. I knelt down to snatch a bottle of water before it rolled away, twisted off the cap, and took a hearty gulp. He's fucking with us.
You don't think he has better things to do than to play games with us?
Ewing asked around a mouthful of food. I ignored him. It's like he's trying to weaken us, to force us to go crawling back to the Preppers or something.
Why would he want that?
The skepticism in Ewing's tone rang clear. I turned at the waist to glare at him, while I mentally tallied up the long list of snarky and condescending comments he had made in the past few days. I had a limit to what I could tolerate. He was quickly approaching it.
Not the Preppers. He wants you to go to the Watchers,
Sadie said, forcing me to drop my visual standoff with her boyfriend.
He wants to fight them. He wants the big battle. He's confident he will win, to the point of arrogance.
He's doing a good job of it so far,
Ewing muttered. Who are you? I snapped. The manager of his fan club? He glared at me for a second. 2. Then he widened his arms in a sweeping gesture.
Just stating the obvious. Unless you consider this winning.
I ground my molars until my jaw throbbed, then cracked the cartilage in my neck while imagining it to be Ewing's bones snapping instead. A hand curled around my arm, silently encouraging me to keep my cool. I didn't need to look to know it was Thea's hand, and I promptly slipped my fingers between hers. Thea was Jake's twin sister, and the only girl to have ever convinced me to reconsider my unsavory views on commitment. Despite an entire adolescence swearing off the concept of limiting myself to only one woman, taking the plunge into boyfrienddom had not been as difficult as I always assumed it would be. I wasn't so sure it was monogamy I was impressed with, as much as it was Thea. I would do anything for her. That included playing nice with Ewing.
He won't win,
Jake declared confidently.
I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that doesn't happen.
We all knew what Jake meant by whatever it takes. Someone might have to battle Lucifer as a Watcher. It would be the ultimate sacrifice, so of course it wasn't first on our list of options. Not that we had a lot of options, but it was always in the back of our minds. I absent-mindedly started to nod my head in agreement with my partner until I felt the tightening of Thea's grip on my arm. Looking over my shoulder, I saw the stricken look on her face as her eyes darted between Jake and me.
Neither one of you are thinking about doing something stupid.
She glanced at me, then Jake, and her voice rose tentatively.
Are you?
Jake purposefully avoided eye contact as he shook his head.
Of course not.
Thea bolted to a stand, forcing Jake and me to our feet. Though a full head shorter than her brother, she managed to make him squirm when she got in his face.
Have you forgotten about this little bond thing we have? I know you're lying.
Whipping around to me, she demanded.
What about you? Are you thinking about fighting my brother over the crown for world's biggest idiot?
Somewhere behind me came a snort from Maria Sanchez.
Dillion's already the reigning champ, she retorted. He's proudly worn that crown since the day he met you.
I shot a frown over my shoulder in Maria's direction, but she didn't notice. She was too busy glaring at Thea. When Thea spun around to face her, Maria slowly rose to her full 5 feet 2 inches, all 100 and some pounds of attitude. Thea had a feisty side to her, too. It might not rival Maria's most days, but weeks of animosity between the two had obviously reached a boiling point. Everyone sensed the long-overdue fight about to go down, but the brothers of the two had the advantage of knowing their intentions before the rest of us. Marcus lunged in front of Maria, at the same time Jake blocked Thea with a stiff forearm.
Not today, Jake ordered. Not ever,
Marcus amended. He towered over his sister, forcing her to back away.